Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my shows. As always, I am Steve. Welcome back to another live stream. Alright, let's get into the game. We're playing some Roadcraft. We're down here on a access road right now. It's all dirt. I'll explain what I'm doing down here in a sec. I've already started doing it a little bit before stream. What you'll notice there is another dump truck up here. There's this dump truck that's here, and there's my two spreaders and my two cargo vehicle transporters. This just means that I'm going to be doing some crazy shenanigans in a few moments. Try and figure out what route in I need to do here. We could go. No, might be able to go up there. We'll see. So yes, what we're doing today? Well, we're making the road. To be exact, we are going over this dirt road here for a very valid reason, because one of the missions that are on this map is to deliver supplies to a castle to turn it into a search and rescue base of operations. The issue with that is the routing that I'm having to take is down this road. And with what I'm going to show in a sec, it's very hard to do so for the routing. So just do that. Lift up the blade, we'll roll it backwards. And we are not going to be putting any tarmac on this, we're just going to be putting sand down. So we'll go down here. The next part after that we'll divot, which was the issue, is this part here. Now, this part is going to be a pain in my backside, in all honesty. Because if you go back to the vehicle tab, you'll see that I've already got the infrastructures layover on some quarries especially. And as you can see, where this routing is, which goes all the way up this road, all the way up this way, past here, up around here, up around here, up around here, all the way this way, finally gets back into the quarry over by where we're going to be making the search and rescue base. Which is a problem, because until we get to there, I'm having to rely on this lovely dump truck here, which is already half full. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to do what's known as carting for a little bit. This just means that the vehicle itself is going to not be doing the dumping of the load. It will be just here to cart the sand to the other dump truck. So, with it being already half full, or half empty, depending on the outlook of life, we could just park this over here, out of the way, somewhere like not there. I'll park it in trees. We've already got a grader down here, which is fine. And the reason why we're not utilising this truck for what we're going to be doing is simple. So we can refill sand from That's dump truck there. That dump truck does not like angles in any shape or form. The issue with this part, this route, is this part here. As you can see, there is a lovely rock fall. So what we're going to have to do is do some jiggery pokery, get our truck turned around, and hopefully up again, because we can do so from here. Does mean that we're going to have to most likely fill that up already. Okay, so now that sand has been dumped. Obviously you can see that rockiness is going to be my problem. That's what I was on about. So I'll switch it over to this, to the grader, and hope that this does something to the unevenness here. Because what I'll show you now so this is why they couldn't get up here. It's because of how rocky it is. Obviously the tracked vehicle of the grader made that look easy, but we're just making sure that the vehicles that are going to be going up there can actually make it without needing to be pushed. Again, we'll just get the grader slash leveler, whatever the heck you want to call it, parked over here. We'll switch back to the dump truck, and we'll reverse. Oh, we won't reverse because we don't have so go. I also got to start a solid session before going live. That was my bad. We are currently by ourselves, so we're having to do this all by myself. Do not believe I'm going to be getting any assistance today, to be honest, but we'll see. But yeah, this is what I meant. As you can see, this truck is struggling just to even go with that part. Obviously with the rain coming down as well now, it means that I have to be very quick with this whole thing. Should I eventually tarmac this? Probably, but if I'm going to be tarmacking it, I would want to tarmac the whole length. Yes, I'm talking to myself and talking to you guys in chat. I can seem very, you know, crazy in regards to that. So this section here, nice and smooth now. Seems to be nice and smooth actually, to the point where any vehicle should be able to work with that. So what I'll get the grade over to now is the next section, um, which is arguably as bad. We'll see. Because we do have a little bit of a drive to get up there. It's not too far, but it's, you know, a little bit of a distance. So it's just up here. You can just see it already. Which is this little ramp here, which does not look like a lot, but that is a route. This is the route that you have to go up. To get to towards the direction that we're going to be going to. So what we'll do is we'll get the level up over here. We'll destroy a small tree. We'll get that turned off, and as you can see, that's the part there. So somehow we're going to have to make this better for vehicles. And how we're going to do that is a lot of sand. So this is another part where I was thinking of, you know, making it so that there's a little bit of sand there to make it easier for vehicles. This is part which vehicles got stuck on. None of this. All this was perfectly fine. Now, the reason why I temporarily took it off all-wheel drive and then put it back on immediately is simple. I don't know if this can go the direction that I wanted it to go. So, we'll go up here. Oh, and a little bit of a game spike. Okay. See that goes over towards the power station over that way, so the power for the quarry. I don't think I get close enough here. I cannot, not without doing some jiggery pokery. So yeah, that technically is quicker than going the other direction, as long as they get the right directions after coming out of that part. Yeah, that's not quicker actually. So what I'll do is I'll just go the longer route on the way back. So we'll fill up with this one, we'll fill up with the 01 once we get into the range. Obviously we can fill up, which is just over here, and I'll just for a fact. There we go, that's full. So what we'll do now is we'll get the dumper turned around, and we'll head back to the work site. Also, we can turn off diff lock now, because we don't need it for the road system when we're on tarmac. obviously we can't turn diff lock and or drive off on the other dumper because it's constantly on. Annoyingly. So that's the route that I would have taken on the way there. I will not take that same route on the way back with the other dumper because, again, any angle it does not like. That's why I didn't use it for the rocky part. Theoretically, yes, that other route should be quicker of going over all terrain, but it just doesn't work out that way. That's because if you start getting bogged down, you can easily just not make any progress. I understand why all of a sudden I was not getting enough speed there. The range box is not engaged, so I don't understand that one. What I also find is those that have the ability to turn on and off the diff lock is sometimes diff lock can make it so that the turn circle is either better or worse. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll re-engage this lock now that we're over this way, because we will need it around a bit. Yeah, that's so much better now. So what we'll do is we'll get this up here, then we'll go refill the other dumper as well. Okay, don't struggle to even get up there, that's fun. What I might have to do is put a little bit of sand down on that part as well. We'll see. I did that wrong, because I did that without... I dumped that partial without getting the refill. So, what I will do now is I'll actually get the refill, because that's what I said I was going to do. Again, I'm so glad that this is empty, because as you can see, it just does not like any angles. And we'll get this over to refill. So yeah, that part there, I might put some sand down as well, just to make it so that we can get that side out. And then eventually what I'll do is I'll probably tarmac all this road if I'm going to be picky about it. Also, in the last stream that I did on Roadcraft, I was with Morgan and Nova, who was finishing off a few different roads. Also, I'm working on this road today. Then we will. This is all for a side quest, by the way, not even for the main quest. I did a main quest off stream accidentally, um, which has led me to the point where I took a bunch of, I believe, steel beams, if I remember rightly, to a drop-off location. That drop-off location then made it so we have to go collect mining vehicles or deliver parts for mining vehicles. I can't remember which way around it was, but either way, it requires me to make infrastructure, which we'll get to in a bit. There's the route that we came up with the other dumper. I don't know if it would have been better empty or with. Might take that route on the way back, just so I'm not having to faff with that other friggin' hill. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, so the game, I accidentally did a main mission, which then led me to the stage that I'm at now. And what we'll do is we'll head over to the objectives. These are the two main ones now. So recovered the drilling equipment from the northern mine, which is this one over here, which also is going to be over by this way. So it's going to be down this road here. Obviously the road since it gets to there is going to be a pain in my backside because we're going to have to come down this little valley to get to over here with my crane vehicle. And then we need to do an infrastructure as well. And then that one goes over to the depot near the Angori, which is where there's a nice little road there to make sure that I don't bog down. And then that's one. And this is what we're sorting out now, which is this route. Also, we go from over here at the steel pipes area to the castle. You would think, oh, Steve, it's quicker to go this way. That's a very steep hill. I don't know if the vehicle that you get to deploy can deal with that. But even then, you would have to come up here and around here. This is a lip here, which a vehicle of mine only just made. I'll show you that later on. But it's not the best. So, obviously the objective in question. Drilling machines from lava quarry. Set up a route from salt mine entrance to loading station. Which is this one here. So this is what we would have to do. So again, what we'll do is we'll plot this one so it comes over out here. We'll get it to come straight over this way. Might have to look at that properly. Where is this going? It's going to there. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go all around the houses here with this routing. Actually, looking at where it is. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go direct. Which means I'm gonna have to suffer with this part, and I can see the truck type that there is here. This is going to be the part where they're going to suffer the most, which is this routing. This power wasn't set by me. It was set by a different person. So it means that I now have to route down the same road as power, the majority of it. And I don't know if they'll be able to do what I've just asked them to do. Of the hill, due to the power that has been kindly appointed there by a different person who has not been around for a stream for a while. I'm not going to say who it is, or why they've not been around, because I don't know the full ins and outs of it. Obviously, I can speculate, but I'm not going to say yay or nay for why they have not been around as much as before. Just simple as that type of person. And you're probably wondering, oh Steve, we saw you make a road over here. Cool. That doesn't get you anywhere near to where we're going to be going with this this job. So we have to take it this way. We have to behave. We have to take it over this way. Take it over my made road. Hope that isn't going to be worried. Also, we aren't going to be going over hither. So I'm going to take them slightly away. Now, this could work, or it can do what I think it's going to do, which is fail pretty much immediately. But we'll dispatch them anyway, and we'll go from there. If they fail, then they fail, and I can't really stop them from doing so. And all of a sudden, I've lost all of my FPS. I do not understand why. There we go. Now it's stabilizing again. Don't know what happened there. Don't know exactly what that was that caused that issue. A temporary issue. But it seems to have sorted itself out, so that's all I care about. And as expected. And I accidentally dropped some of my load, so I'm going to have to go back to the quarry anyway. We'll have a look to see where that failed. Where exactly did that fail? Was it the hill? Nope, it failed coming out of the area. That's kind of memes. But yeah, I'm not going to have a full go at the person who did this because they did not think that I was going to need to utilize this area for deliveries. Clearly I missed the garage doors because normally that's how you can tell where a delivery needs to go from, is if you've spotted the double yellow doors. Take it around this side of the roundabout actually. Okay. What on earth is going on here? try and see if I can get it to behave itself. Don't know. Again, I don't understand why my FPS just dropped, but it normally doesn't do that. Last time I streamed this, it didn't do that either. So I'm confused with why that did that, and only for a short time. What we won't do this time is lose the load over there. Sorry guys, I'm not that chatty, I'm just focusing on making sure that I don't get stuck. A second. Okay, it seems to be hailing itself right now. We'll get the range turned off, so we can get around here quicker. Now we'll get this back on. Get over the hump. I might have to stop streaming if it's continually doing this. It keeps dropping to 10 FPS. Get around the corner. Again, this is purely because of the FPS droppage. I'm having this issue of being able to tell where the heck I actually am. So what I might do is stop streaming, and then I might go stream something else. Because I want you guys to be entertained, I want you guys to be interactive, but you guys can't be interactive if I cannot stream a certain game. That is me on full left lock there. Just is not wanting to do so. Dang it. I did not want to do that. Orange on. Come on. Yeah. Now, the FPS stuttering is not a good thing, so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm sorry for the short one, but yeah, it's just not playable as it is right now. I don't understand what's going on. It doesn't, yeah, you guys can even see on your screen in the small green numbering in the bottom left corner is my FPS counter. That is very low compared to my normal stats, so I'm going to end the stream here. Literally 45 minutes into the stream, which is not good. I'll be back over on my Twitch tomorrow with Tales of Galmiri, so come in and join in there.